Shalom. Let me get straight into this lesson. I'm gonna be going into 3 videos, going into the chariots of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. It's a very spectacular time that we're in right now, and we seeing things that we never thought we would see in our lifetime. To let us know we're close to the end. And for people that can't see that, you know, if the Lord not letting you see that, you need to pray for that understanding, for your eyes to be open, because it's obvious to us right now. So the chariot has always been around. You go to some of this old pictures and footage in the 60s and 70s and 50s, you'll see what they would call flying saucers. They'll call them unidentified flying object. I think that term was created in the 60s, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look that up real quick. When was the term UFO created? 1 second. Then I'm going to get into 3 videos. All right, so, the term UFO was coined by the United States Air Force in 1952. So in 1952, and actually you go to the it says in 1947, pilot Kenneth Arnold reported seeing flying objects in the sky, which led to the popular terms flying saucer, a flying disc. And some of these chariots, as you're gonna see in this video, have the appearance that oval shape as a flying saucer, a saucer. It says right here, I'm just reading from my other phone. Project Blue Book was an Air Force project that ran from 1952 to 1969 that compiled reports of so-called UFOs. They always been here, but with the internet, where knowledge shall be increased, we seen these videos up close and personal, you know. And it says right here, the project concluded that Salakia was the term was coined in goes back to 1947, but it was coined in 1952. Right, so I'm gonna get into this video, but it's going down. There's so much to cover, too much in this world to cover, and we're in an amazing time to be alive. Salvation drawing near. Check this out. You see that how spectacular that is. Everything fits go to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Let me get into these other 2 videos. Give me 1 second. Right, so I'm gonna get into the second video. But these chariots, people call them UFOs out of their ignorance. They can do whatever they want to do. They can reappear, disappear, go 10,000 miles an hour and come to a complete stop in 1 second and turn around and go 10,000 miles in the next direction. They can teleport. They can go into different dimensions. They can move erratic. They can go from side to side in an uncomprehendable way. They can defy the laws of gravity. They go to show you that Yahweh has the ultimate power over everything, unlimited power. Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So that's the reason why you're seeing all this strange activity, things that can't be comprehended in the mind. You're seeing all these things that the world can't explain, people confused. And let me say this too, which in most people's mind when they think about the UFOs, aliens is the term that they use. What do they mind go to? They go to the programming, what they've been shown in these movies. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna show you this. This is in 98% of the people's minds when they hear the term alien in the fashion of the so-called UFO. This what comes up in their mind, this folly. And who fucked your head up like this? These Edomites. That's why you think these things. Because of the movies, pop culture, fucking sayings of the world. And, let's go back here.
Now, before we get to this next story, we just have to say that we don't really like reporting on UFO stories.
And this another thing with the so-called white man and his media. If they can't control the narrative, they can't control the situation, they won't talk about it in most cases. But this video, the Chariot was in this news report, so they had to deal with it. But this not going to be breaking news on CNN or MSNBC or Fox because they want to keep this thing contained. They'll call them drones, and they'll give you a narrative so they can control it. They're not going to tell you that they're not in control because it takes the power out of their hand, and this proud devil is never going to do that. He's going to be forced to do it, though.
We don't, but something captured on one of our News 4 sky cams last week, there it is right there, is now taking social media by storm. News 4 Spencer Humphrey goes in search of answers as to what it might be.
Snow, in addition to all of that, it was no more than a minute into News 4's 9 o'clock newscast last Friday night when forewarned Storm Team meteorologist Aaron Brackett hit the green screen and did something he's done countless times over his 15-year career. And a lot of times, I start out with a sky cam. Friday, he showed a sky cam near Penn Square Mall, pointing northwest. 7-day forecast, moving... When something caught his eye. I wonder what that is right there. That's pretty interesting. I start seeing this object, and it's flying faster, moving faster than anything I've really observed out there. It just didn't make sense. It's going down, it's moving really quickly, it's bright, it's got some light to it, and I kind of called attention to it. Pretty interesting. Moving really fast. Okay. He posted the clip online where it took off, making its way from X to TikTok to Reddit to online publications who declared Aaron must have caught a UFO live in action. Dozens of commenters chimed in with theories too. It must be aliens, maybe.
And let me right. I want you to see that. So when these dumb Americans say aliens, they go back into that visual I just showed you. These people don't know what the fuck going on. These people all over the place. You got so many different opinions. That's the problem with this place. Everybody got a mother MF an opinion, and that adds to the confusion. That's why Babylon, when you're going to break the word down, it means confusion, and that's all you got from different genres of topics. You got madness and confusion. We telling you what they are. These people all over the damn place.
A bird. It had to be a plane. No, it was definitely a helicopter.
See what I mean? These people are mentally demented, but everybody got a motherfucking opinion in Babylon. Excuse my language.
We showed it to Chopper 4 pilot Mason Dunn.
At first, I thought it might be a spotlight from the ground, maybe the rotating beacon at an airport, but it doesn't look like that to me, so I have no idea what it is.
One thing he is sure of.
I'm pretty confident that it wasn't a plane or a helicopter.
The physics just wouldn't make sense.
That light is moving very fast, even faster than an airplane would. If it were a plane, it would have taken longer. Now, I've seen
Right, so there you go. So these people that's familiar with, how can I say it? This dude, a helicopter pilot, so he done saw some things out there. So he came to a reasonable conclusion that he's not going to say it, though, but he's like, yeah, this ain't nothing from this world, right? In the roundabout way. But what these people do, because they don't know the truth, is they go back and reason into their folly. They reason like, oh, this is this is that. No, it's supernatural.
Comets and things falling, from the sky during the night when you're flying.
So that's it. It must have been something in space. We took that theory to astronomer Wayne Harris.
And right, let's analyze that part right there, that video. This ain't no MF and comet. This ain't no satellite debris. Because look at this.
And things falling, from the sky during the night when you're flying.
So that's it. It must have been something.
What object if it's a meteor or so-called space debris, comes down and dips back up? That don't make that don't make sense gravity wise. That's something else. You get what I'm saying?
In space. We took that theory to astronomer Wayne Harris Wyrick.
I first start to think, is that a possible meteor, because they do enter the atmosphere, or is that a returning, like a second stage or a burnout stage of a satellite of some kind? And there's certain things you look for. It didn't fit any of those at all.
Plus, Friday wasn't exactly stargazing weather anyway.
It was mostly cloudy that night.
You would have heard noises and you would have had reports of it, but a typical little meteor that makes a streak across the sky that lasts a second or so. No, you're not going to see that through clouds.
This is far from the first time someone's asked him to decipher a mysterious flying object caught on camera. He says almost every time there is a plausible explanation for what we see.
I just think it seems unlikely to me that any aliens can fly hundreds or thousands of light years here and do stuff like that in our sky. If they're going to come
How the fuck would he know that? See, this is the Edomites trying to let you know they the only power conceivable in this world. No, it's a power over you devils. Check this out.
They're going to probably be invisible to us.
And not to burst the bubble of all you online theorists, but he's pretty sure he knows what's happening here.
So I think it's a bird.
That's right, just a
A
bird.
motherfucking bird. You gotta be kidding me. But they got him to control the narrative so he can ease the minds of the viewers. So what they saw ain't really what they saw. It's a bird. That's folly, man. Let's get into this other video. Again, they wanna control the narrative. I mean, I can't say it no clearer than that. They wanna say what you seeing ain't what you seeing. We gonna tell you what you seeing. Crazy, man. Get into this one.
I don't hear anything, and something's moving in erratic ways. It's in the shape of a jelly bean, but the interior was like plasma. It was just going like this,
Chris Frederick has been a teacher for over 2 decades, and he currently works for a metro area school district. He showed us this video.
Man, look at that. That's not from this world. Look how that thing is erratically moving without, it's moving in a way that it defies gravity, because the way it moves, the erratic moves, the quick up moves and down moves, it don't make any logical sense. So you have to understand, Jake, you know what I'm saying? This is something not from this world. It's the Chariots doing their thing. We're getting close. Back this up a little bit. You got to use your mind.
It was just going like this,
Chris Frederick has been a teacher for over 2 decades, and he currently works for a metro area school district. He showed us this video from January 25th. He's in his
Look at that.
driveway off Northwest 21st in the Gatewood district. He said it all started that night when his wife wanted to go to Brahms, so they walked out to their car. But after a few minutes, neighbors were calling each other.
He started calling neighbors, and before long we were all standing out in the street and had our phones out.
Chris has been a drone pilot for about 10 years. He started working with them when he and his wife were realtors in Ardmore several years ago. He fired it up and attempted to fly his drone to get a better look at the object.
The sky at night, you have to have aviation lights or it's not legal.
But strange things started happening.
My controller talks to me, and it said unable to take off, electromagnetic interference.
After he recalibrated a few times, he eventually got it in the air and took these pictures of the object, which he estimates is around 1,500 feet off the ground. His drone was at about 400 feet when he took the pictures.
It concerns me that something was up there at night at that altitude that could have been a hazard.
He said his video function wouldn't work, which was odd. And there was something else. Only about 4 minutes and 18 seconds of flight time.
It had a fresh battery in it that has a 35-minute.
So what the Chariots will do is jam, drones, whatever, and make the battery go deplete the battery, because that's the technology that's above the understanding of the Edomites. So they got technology that it'll make you faint if you think about it. It's that jaw dropping. But look, I'm running out of time. Hopefully this has been edifying, and there's going to be more videos like this to come. Kahala Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Kodash. Shalom.